This right here is the best super poly target. What's up, boys and girls? This is Bruno here with Team U2Y, and guys, today I'm going to be bringing you guys a deck that has not seen too much play here in the TCG yet, but in the OCG is getting tops left and right, and this deck is YUBEL. We have a little bit more support coming out soon, but I want to bring up you guys a little bit of like combos that you guys can do, and there's like combos that you can make with this deck that you can start super poly, end up like over like 5 interruptions. This is just a super insane deck because being able to start super poly, your opponent cannot respond, is just insane. So let's go ahead and take a look at this 1-card combo that is like not the best, but the 2-card combo is absolutely nuts. So let's take a look at this, okay? So first combo is just going to be some Samsara Lotus on itself. Pretty much this is what you can do with only this card. So I'm just going to be on fast forward here. Samsara Lotus, normal summon, special Spirit of YUBEL, and then you're going to be able to activate Spirit of YUBEL to place Nightmare Pain on your spell trap zone directly. You can also add to your hand, but this way you can play around Draw and Lockbird a little bit better. And now next play you can activate Nightmare Pain effect to pop Spirit YUBEL and search yourself Eternal Favorite from deck to the hand. And now Spirit YUBEL will activate the effect to special summon the original YUBEL from your deck, and then from here you can just go ahead, set Eternal, and end phase effect. So, Samsara Lotus will summon from graveyard, and then YUBEL will tribute Samsara Lotus because that's what you gotta do. Then next turn, pretty much, if you have another card in your hand, you can just like discard that card and like super poly your opponent's board. So this is pretty much like a more simple super board pretty much. But also, if you cannot do that, you can also activate Eternal Favorite to revive Spirit of YUBEL from graveyard. But remember, if this is a chain 1, Spirit YUBEL will not be able to activate this effect because this right here says that neither player can activate effects or cards or effects when that monster is special summon. So if you activate Eternal Favorite chain 1 and your opponent like chain blocks like a ton of stuff to like summon, and then resolution, like nothing's gonna happen because nothing can trigger on a summon. So this is like really good actually, okay? As well, you can just super poly the board away now, you know, discarding a card and going to YUBEL, the Loving Defender, and burn your opponent for a little bit. And this card is pretty much like cannot be destroyed by card effects, and anything that attacks it takes the damage back and banished during the end phase. I mean, banished during after the damage step. So this is just a really good card, honestly. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the 2-card combo right now. Okay, so for the 2-card combo, we're gonna need Dark Beckoning Beast and Samsara. So what you're gonna do right now, you're gonna normal summon Dark Beckoning, activate its effect to search Opening. Now you can activate Opening and search another Dark Beckoning. You can now extra normal summon Samsara because of Dark Beckoning Beast, and now activate its effect to send itself to the graveyard tribute to special summon Spirit YUBEL from deck. Now Spirit YUBEL will activate its effect to set from deck Nightmare Pain, and now Nightmare Pain effect will go off to pop Spirit YUBEL and add Mature Chronicle. This card is absolutely insane. I'm gonna go through this card like with you guys right now, okay? Just because there's a lot of stuff you can do with this that people are not prepared. We all know that this can search super poly, okay? But guys, the second effect is actually really crazy as well. You can add one of your banished cards to your hand. So even if it's face up or face down, you can add. It doesn't have to be like face up, which is insane. So if you're playing against Kashtira and they like banish something face down, like they banished like the YUBEL face down, you can just add that back to your hand. It's absolutely insane in my opinion, this effect. So let's just keep playing because we're not going to use this effect right now, but I just wanted to let you guys know that because this is insane. Also, you can special summon one YUBEL from your graveyard. You can banish one card from your deck. That can be also any card. There's probably a way to abuse this a little bit more. And 4, you can destroy one card on your field, and like that can be really good. Destroy one card on the field. But let's go ahead and just go into the next play. Spirit YUBEL will summon YUBEL from the deck, and now activate Mature Chronicle in resolution. Now you can link those two off to go into Yama. And yes, we're gonna be doing a pretty nice board right now. You guys gonna see this. And now Yama effect will search Shayama from the deck. Now we can activate Opening, discarding Shayama's cost to special summon Spirit YUBEL from the graveyard. And now we're gonna get a counter, and now Shayama effect will pop to summon itself, and Spirit YUBEL will activate to summon YUBEL, and then again another counter. Now you can link those two guys off right now to go into a Mudcracker. Mudcracker is really important. I'll show you guys the deck list in a second, but this also can revive YUBEL from the graveyard and locks it into Fiends, which is like the little downside, but you only play Fiends, so that doesn't really matter. Now, Mudcracker effect, you're going to target Spirit YUBEL to summon. And now, Shayama effect, we're going to pop Also another counter, by the way, yeah. Now, Shyam effect is gonna pop Spirit YUBEL and Nightmare Pain. You're like, why? Why are you popping Nightmare Pain? You guys gonna see in a second. So, chain 1, Spirit YUBEL, chain 2, Yama. So, banish Yama, revive Spirit YUBEL, and then Spirit YUBEL will summon YUBEL from the graveyard. And now we gain 2 more counters. So, we can now activate opening of the Spirit Gates. And if you control level 10 monster in the field, you can add one of the continuous spells from the graveyard back to the hand. So pretty much you can just go ahead and add Nightmare Pain. And I'll explain to you guys in a second on why this is important, okay? But now remove 5 counters from Mature Chronicle, add Super Poly to your hand. At this point, if you don't have any cards in your hand, you can just set Super Poly and use Nightmare Pain as discard fodder. That's why I was doing that. But if you have another card in your hand to discard, this is like probably much better, you know, because it's better to be on the field. Yeah, this is insane. And now you can link those two off to go into your Soul of Rage, and now set Super Poly, activate Nightmare Pain, end phase. Pretty much Samsara will come back, and then you can activate YUBEL effect now to tribute Mudcracker from the field. And then next turn, pretty much, I'm gonna tell you guys right now how many interruptions you're gonna have. So you're gonna go Soul Rage effect to use one of your opponent's monsters as link material. So you can go 1 interruption, Little Knight, 2 interruptions. If they activate something again, this can be 3 interruptions because it will banish itself. Another monster on your opponent's board as well if you want to. And then that's 3 interruptions already. Now we also gain a counter because this was summoned. I forgot about it, but here we go. Now if they activate a monster effect, you can go Samsara the Lotus, tribute itself, and then the effect becomes to destroy 1 YUBEL monster in the field. So now they will destroy YUBEL, that's 4 interruptions. And then YUBEL effect will revive, sorry, that was a misclick right there. You're supposed to summon Terra Incarnate, here we go. And now you're going to summon Terra Incarnate from your deck. And obviously you're going to get another counter as well, I'm not sure, here we go, I put the counter, okay. And then after all of that, you can still go Super Poly. And Super Poly their whole board away, like other monsters that control away, because like the fusion is just insane in my opinion. Okay, this fusion is absolutely insane. You also get another counter. So right now, YUBEL the Loving Defender, gonna burn your opponent for a little bit. That was 5 interruptions. End phase, Little Knight will come back, and then next turn you're gonna have a free draw. Doesn't matter what it is. We have Mature Chronicle effect to revive. And then you can just do like so much because now you have Nightmare Pain, you have like Spirit YUBEL, you have like everything that you need. This deck just goes like forever. And I'm just gonna fast forward right now because this is pretty insane. But add Eternal Favorite, here we go, Nightmare Pain effect, Search the Lotus, and then effects, summon YUBEL, normal summon. And this is how like you can OTK. You can go Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Gustav Max, and then here we go, your opponent will take 2000 damage. And then you can overlay this into this guy, the Rail Cannon, and then pretty much this guy will be a 6000 attack, and then that's like a 1 punch right now because your opponent's like under 6000. It's on 6000. If he has anything on the board, you can just attack with the Loving Defender YUBEL, and then they will take damage, and then you can attack again with this guy, which, in my opinion, this is crazy. This is crazy. You can make this happen. But let's go ahead and take a look at the deck profile right now. Okay guys, let's go ahead and take a look here at this deck profile, and I'm going to explain the ratios to you guys right now and everything. But pretty much this deck is a little bit weak to Drone Lockbird. We don't play many outs for that, unfortunately. Like, I wish we could play like cards like Call by the Grave and other things, but the deck is very tight in space, and I rather prioritize like being able to see your engine than doing those things. But by the way guys, there's like, this is just the first wave for this new support of YUBEL. There's also 3 more cards coming out, which is Inferno Grave, Squirmer, and we have Nightmare Throne. Those 2 cards are going to be really good in this deck, especially Nightmare Throne, because this allows us to do like a lot of 1-card combos. And another card is going to come up like I think a month later after those 2 gets released. It's going to be Phantom of YUBEL. So pretty much this card is a dream for like any like deck pretty much. Like, this card is insane. So it takes a YUBEL monster plus 1 Fiend monster with 0 attack and 0 defense, and you can summon this card by shuffling the above cards from your hand, field, and or graveyard into the deck extra deck, and cannot be used as fusion material, which that's kind of sad because it would be nice to just go like Super Poly the whole board right after summoning this thing, you know, like since it's a summoning condition. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. Also take no battles involving this card. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can tribute this card. That effect becomes your opponent destroys one YUBEL monster in their hand, deck, or field. So pretty much, you can summon this to protect yourself against Nibiru. It can be another disruption in your opponent's turn. This card is just a dream, to be honest. This card is absolutely insane. But I'm playing 3 Samsara Lotus, 3 Spirit YUBEL. Spirit YUBEL is pretty cool because if they attack you directly and they're thinking they're going for game and you have Nightmare Pain on the field, you can actually like flip the board all the way like back to you because they will think they're attacking for game. You special summon this from your hand, and now all their damage you would have taken, they're actually taking it. So this is just insane in my opinion. This is like very nice. YUBEL as well, just a one-off. Same thing for the Terror Incarnate. I wouldn't play the third YUBEL month because it's a brick, but if you guys think it's necessary, go ahead. Most of my combos that I go with this deck, I recycle a lot. This pure YUBEL and YUBEL, so that's why like this card like never seems like that much play in my opinion. But I'm adding like couple hand traps, triple Nibiru, double Draw, double Ash, triple Imperm, so don't trigger TDTs and stuff. Allure Darkness because like you guys already know, Mature Chronicle is an insane card. So whatever you banish with Allure Darkness, there's a high chance that you're going to be able to add it back. So even if you banish YUBEL, like Spirit YUBEL summons from banish, but if you banish something like Terror Incarnate and you want to get back, this card will be able to add that back to you. I'm trying to reduce the breaks as much as I can, and obviously guys, Pure Race map is going to be Nightmare Tron once this comes up, and then I'm still going to figure out like the rage is a little bit better, but this deck goes along really well with the Unchained stuff, so if you want to mix more Unchained cards, you can do that. I'm also adding like a couple more super poly targets, so it's more generic a little bit, you know. Garura, obviously that's like Garura and Mud Dragon, those two are the most generic ones, and we have Earth Golem at Ignister that you can break like link boards and whatever they're playing, you know. But those two here to go into the OTK if you're going second and you'd need like an out, like something like Sky Crisis is a pretty good alternative. There's times you're going to be able to go into Apple as well because you're going to be able to fear monsters, you're bored with monsters with 0 attack, and sometimes you're just going to rather have an Appaloosa with like a ton of negates. Double Mud Cracker is super important because it can revive the Spirit YUBEL and YUBEL from the graveyard, something for Dark Beckoning Beast and Samsara Lotus. So it revives like everything like in this deck. So this is a 2-off for sure. And then Almirage is just interesting because if you go normal Sun Dark Beckoning Beast and they imperm you, you can like link it away for Almirage, and if you have like opening your writing hand, you can like activate to revive or like something similar, you know. So like Almirage comes up a lot, something like for Little Knight, you know, like normal summon, search, add another one, normal summon again, link it away for Almirage, and then link those two off to go into a Little Knight. It's just pretty good in my opinion. And then just like a small Unchained package. Let's talk about Shifter really fast before we end this thing. So a lot of people are thinking that this deck can main Shifter, and my opinion is you kind of can, but in reality it conflicts with a lot of stuff for this deck, and I mean a lot, and it's a lot for sure. If you know like you're playing against like a Fire King or like more meta decks and stuff like that, Shifter is a good alternative, you know, like going to a big tournament for sure, it's a good alternative. But right now, if you really think about it, Shifter will conflict with opening of the Spirit Gates. It will conflict sometimes if you banish like your one-offs. It conflicts with the Unchained package that you're running as well. There's just like too much stuff that like same thing for Mudcracker. It just like does a lot of damage for you as well. You can play it when going second because I think like it would be easier to break someone's board, you know, after you Shifter them, but it's gonna be really up to you guys, you know, because Shifter is like not the best alternative, but it's a good side deck tech in my opinion. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys being here right now, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.